So I just watched James Gunn's new Superman, and while it's not a perfect film, the pacing in particular is a bit off at times. Walking out of the theater, it felt like the kind of movie DC needed right now, and I'm genuinely excited for the direction DC Studios is taking. But last year, I made this video, talking about how the DC EU basically killed LEGO DC. Now, not everyone agreed with that video, but I still stand by what I said. Because if you look back at the early 2010s, LEGO clearly used to believe in DC enough to release products alongside most of their films. Sure, they didn't always make these full waves, but they at least released one set per movie. The problem was that most DC films at the time weren't very toyetic. They were dark, serious, and not very appealing to kids. And since 2021, LEGO DC has strictly become a Batman nostalgia theme. Which is a shame because there's so much more to the DC universe than just Batman vehicles. And as a toy designer, one of the things that stood out most to me while watching Superman was how toyetic it is. We've talked on this channel a lot about how some LEGO themes succeed because they're naturally toyetic, and others fail because they simply don't translate well into toys. Superman to me proves that the DC brand can work without needing to rely on Batman. And that's why I think LEGO missed a huge opportunity here. This movie has several sequences that could have easily been turned into exciting playsets. For example, a $100 Fortress of Solitude Invasion playset, featuring Superman, Lex, Eve, the Engineer, Ultraman, Krypto, and the Superman robots, with a gorgeous icy build on one side and the interior with Superman's chair and the console on another side. They could have also made a Daily Planet Attack set, built in the same style as the 2025 Oscorp Tower, that would function in that 8x8 modular style, including minifigures of the Daily Planet crew, as well as Superman battling Ultraman. At a lower price point, LEGO could have easily made a Metropolis Kaiju Showdown, with Superman and the Justice Gang as included minifigures, and a buildable Kaiju in the same style as other buildable creatures. Now, heading into some spoiler territory, at a $20 to $30 price point, a Mr. Terrific T-Craft also lent itself well for a LEGO set. Add Mr. Terrific, a Poison Superman, and some Raptors, and that's a great set. Then at the $15 price point, LEGO could have made a Superman vs. the Hammer of Baravia battle, in the same style as the old superhero sets. Heck, a Luthor Corps Raptor battle pack in the same style as the Iron Legion set from last year would have also been a perfect set for this movie. Because as someone who grew up collecting LEGO DC, it's been frustrating to see how much LEGO has struggled in recent years to make good sets based on superhero films. With DC, it's clear they didn't have faith in the last DC EU projects, and with Marvel, they've struggled to adapt content from Phase 5. Just look at the Brave New World set, which is straight up awful, though it's not really LEGO's fault. That movie was just trash. But going back to the main question, why didn't LEGO make Superman sets? The short answer is, LEGO doesn't really see Superman as a toyetic character. When Man of Steel came out back in 2013, LEGO trusted that Superman could sell toys, but it didn't, especially when compared to Batman. And as the 2010s went on, we occasionally got standalone Superman sets, but there was no strong content to promote them. Meanwhile, Marvel was just dominating the superhero space, and most kids just weren't interested in Superman. And I'm saying that from experience. I remember back in 2018 seeing the Superman and Krypto set on shelves, but I still chose to buy the Infinity War sets. Why? Because Infinity War was the hot movie at the time with the characters everybody wanted to own. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Every character can be toyetic with the right content. Content is what sells toys. But DC has had such weak content and for so long that companies start thinking that maybe the characters were the problem, when in reality, it was the content. With all that said, I don't think that all hope is lost for Superman. While we didn't get any movie sets this year, LEGO did release a Superman mech. And it's clear that this set was made with one specific goal in mind: to test the market. Historically, Superman has struggled to sell sets on his own. We know that. LEGO knows that. But with a new film, this mech is a perfect low-risk way for LEGO to see if there is demand. If the film boosts interest in Superman, this set will sell. If not, it'll flop. So if you're like me and having picked this set up, I think now is the perfect time to vote with our wallets. Because there's only one way LEGO will give DC another shot. Personally, I like the direction James Gunn is taking the DC universe, and I'm excited for what's next. But hey, that's just my brick opinion. Thanks for watching, and take care.